The amount of talent on show here is incredible.
I'm gonna make it to the final round.
Being a part of this competition scares me.
Last year, there was some unfinished business.
Sometimes we take our lives for granted. Our health, our hard-earned possessions, and our precious livelihoods. Until they're compromised. And that's when our unsung heroes step up to save the day for one purpose and one purpose only: to restore our lives so we can keep on thriving, granting us the gift of peace of mind. We traveled from coast to coast on a hunt for the brightest, boldest individuals from all corners of the insurance industry.
I entered Insurance Apprentice because I'm very passionate about the insurance industry. I've been in the industry for over 9 years and I believe I'm the best.
I've seen that there's a huge gap of young people in our industry, and this is a great opportunity to bridge that gap.
After some first impression introductions and light-hearted icebreakers, the contestants were faced with a daunting make-or-break presentation task, which brought about a roller coaster of nerves, pressure, and an expectation to perform.
If I win the Insurance Apprentice, I think this would mean a really big step in personality growth for me and a lot of opportunity going forward in the industry.
Ultimately, the contestants showed up and showed out by displaying their knowledge, skills, and character traits with one goal at hand: to become the ultimate ambassador of the South African insurance industry.
Believing that you can be the key change in your community is what drives me every day.
With over 100 entries and 3 cities later, the judges had the grueling challenge of separating the best from the rest to get down to our top 30.
Yeah, man, how are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Good
to see you guys again.
Nice.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
It is a little bit nerve-wracking, especially speaking to everybody outside. These people are really talented and they're really passionate.
I'm Bongane, guys. As you can see, although it's written, a little bit of amendments, a little bit of under the table work.
It's very nerve-wracking, but at the same time, it makes me feel like part of an elite group.
Poor sales Machola, greatest salesman that ever lived. Nice to meet you guys. You guys are looking posh.
I would argue that I'm the greatest salesman.
Oh, it's a battle.
I just wanted to be part of having a voice and also being an ambassador for the institution called the Insurance Apprentice.
Look, the pressure is on, ladies. I don't know about you, but I am secretly dying, which is not a secret anymore, but I'm actually more excited to meet her because I'm like,
This year is all about setting right some wrongs that I did last year.
I'm from Nigel.
Wow.
You know where that is? No, not as far Mpumalanga. So we still don't have potholes. It's all well there.
I want to bring that energy to people outside of our industry.
And how long have you been in insurance? I've been in insurance for over a long time.
It's also nice to meet with these people. I think the shape of our industry is looking good if I look at all the young talent we have here.
I'm really hoping my heels last today.
I'm just here to learn off everybody.
Yeah.
I get a real high from hearing people's ideas because I'm a people person.
I did not see Simon anywhere. I hope he's not here. Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd.
No. On 3 we said 10K.
10K, yeah, 10K.
1, 2, 3, 10K!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daryl Greater, and I have the absolute pleasure of welcoming you to the Insurance Apprentice of 2023. And it's very brave of you to have entered this year, where we see you standing today at One Discovery Place, situated in Sandton, Johannesburg, which is the corporate headquarters of this episode's sponsor, Discovery. We've seen over 100 insurance apprentice wannabes over the last month, and we're now down to our top 30. So congratulations to all of you for making it this far though. But not for long. By the end of this episode, only 10 of you will be in the running to become the Insurance Apprentice of 2023. For the rest of you, it's goodbye. I would like to welcome our esteemed panel of judges, starting with Wimpy.
Hi everyone, I'm Wimpy van der Merwe from Global Choices, and good luck.
Hi everyone, and congratulations for making this far. I'm Precious Nduli. I look after marketing for Discovery Insure.
Good morning everyone, I'm Catherine Naidu. I'm from Innovation Group. I head up the Product Underwriting and Pricing Division.
Good morning, I'm Christelle Coleman. I'm a bit of a serial entrepreneur, busy with my third startup.
Hi everybody, my name is Noni Mhlungu. I'm the PR Brand and Marketing Manager at SHRS Specialist, a division of Santam.
Hi everyone and good morning. My name is Mutoda Mahamba. I'm the founding CEO of Solvency FinTech, and good luck to everyone and wishing you all of the best.
Good morning and welcome. Lizelle van der Merwe. I'm the Chief Executive of the FIA. Good luck.
As you can see, there's a really good array of judging talent sitting in front of you. You, the top 30, are going to be divided into groups of 5 people each. Each group will receive a triangle. Each team has to count how many triangles there are in the diagram that will be provided. Each team gets 1 opportunity to provide an answer. The time allowed for this specific task is 15 minutes. And not a second thereafter. The group that gets the correct answer in the fastest time wins the challenge. And the 5 members of the winning team will be winning fuel vouchers to the value of 1,000 Rand, each sponsored by Discovery Insure. Contestants, you know the groups that you belong to. Your time of 15 minutes starts now.
$13, $15, $16, $17, $18, $19. 20, 21.
So it was a bit of a rush to find out, obviously you see the main triangle, but then when you take a step back, you suddenly see the smaller triangles within the triangle.
If there's going to be,
we didn't count that one.
If there's going to be lines crossing the triangle, it's not a triangle anymore.
So it's 1.
Disagreements are bound to arise, and we're just refining the process so disagreements come with the territory.
6. Yes. 6. 7. 8, 9, yes. 10, 11.
When you're under pressure, you don't always see what you need to see. So you've got to take a step back to realize that there's a lot more in that picture than what you're not seeing.
10, then again here, then you're going to go again, 11, 12. Okay.
There's only one ultimate winning team and I'm in it. So I just think everyone needs to just step back a moment.
I think we can call it in. Let's call it in.
We're actually going to win this. Probably the judges are going to get it wrong, not us.
$37.
I think we got close. I hope so, unless we totally missed it. But in our minds, we got the right answer.
I ran with everything that I had within me because I think, no, I know, we got it right.
So it was quite hectic. I actually, on my way down, I tore my pants, which is crazy. That's why I'm holding the book like this.
Team 3 has submitted an answer of 50.
We like to think we got as close to the right answer as possible, yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. A lot of people say you only run if someone's chasing you, but there were some people chasing us today.
We had different answers at the beginning, but as a group we came to an understanding and an agreement that we should go with one. So I'm certain our decision was right.
Welcome back, contestants. The task was to count the number of triangles on a diagram that was presented to you without making any marks, without writing on that diagram. It was hardly a request for you to calculate a solvency model for an insurance company. Team 5, can you please step forward? I will commend you on your speed, but my word, you did not even calculate 50% of the triangles that were presented to you. It was disappointing. You can return to your spots. There was no winning team in terms of the correct answer, but Team 3 came exceptionally close to the correct answer. The correct answer was actually 51. You all made it within the time in terms of your submission, but Team 3 wins this challenge with their submission of 50, very close to 51. We now are going to move over to the main challenge, and on behalf of Discovery Insure, the sponsor of today's episode, I'm going to hand over to Precious Ndluli, who is the Executive of Marketing, to take you through the details of that task on hand.
So innovation is a key part of our DNA at Discovery. So your task is a simple one, is to develop a product for the under 30 market. So we specifically chose under 30 because firstly it's underrepresented, but you also are young people. So you are the market that this product will speak to. So again, you will be divided into 6 teams of 5. It's important that you choose a team name, develop a product, but more importantly, we want to know how you take the product to market. So you have to come up with a marketing plan, a proposed budget, as well as the proposed channels for distribution. You will have 2 hours to determine, to work on this product. And then finally, you will present back to the judges. You will be given 5 minutes to present back to the judges. That will be followed by a question and answer session to get any clarity or any questions that the judges may have. So that's what we're looking for.
Thank you, Precious. Contestants, I hope that you are clear on the details. Please be mindful of the time you get to present. To reiterate, it is 5 minutes and not a second thereafter. So without further ado, your 2 hours starts now.
With Discovery, I don't just get car insurance. I also get the easiest claims process. I get to take pics and upload them for my claim.
And minor damage gets repaired in 5 days, guaranteed.
And I get to take selfies because I may be having a bad car day, but I'm having a great hair day.
Speak to your financial advisor.
Or visit discovery.co.za
to get a quote.
They haven't just changed one thing, they've completely changed everything.
Today's presentation tasks were quite challenging.
It challenged our minds and how quickly we can think.
So they could have education and funeral, and then the person can turn 18 and be like, I don't care about education, I don't care about dying, but I want car and travel. And then they're 50% split.
It's really the core task around which we apply and demonstrate our insurance knowledge and our ability to communicate around that.
So we would have our basic product, right? Level 1 will have X, which is entry-level basic product that we are presenting.
The challenging part was we had 5 strong personalities and we all wanted our idea heard, and we all wanted to make sure that you be at the forefront of it all.
It's limited to a smaller amount, and then as you go up, that scale slides.
But then what's the difference? What is it? What are we doing differently? Because that's insurance as it is at the moment, where
you don't get a product that's got a loss limit.
Working with my group members was a bit challenging. I'm not sure whether it's due to the fact that everyone had such strong minds and opinions that it clashed so much.
What do you understand by the term product? Because I think we're all on a different page on that.
Remember innovation. Innovation.
We talk innovation,
that's
but if we're going to make it so broad that we don't focus on anything, we can just talk about things without having anything to sell.
We came to a point where we found we had overcomplicated our product, and then we had to simplify it, and I think that created even more challenges.
You must also think about something else. If it isn't in the market, why isn't it in the market at the moment? Because I feel like you're going down roads here. It needs to be able to be done. Otherwise, you're just wasting everyone's time.
Mzimasi's concern was more around what we were offering. Ideally, insurers pay retail value unless you have an agreed value or market value. Do you know what I mean?
So my fear with adding a lot of products is considering the premium that we're going to charge.
Being the only lady in the group, it's an opportunity for me to stand out and just represent and show them who's boss.
Our main focus is affordability.
And that will be easy to explain why we chose this selector.
Katlego, being the only female in our team, was definitely not overpowered. She had the good ideas, she stuck with them and stuck through them, and she made good points.
Kyle has a very strong personality.
As a 25-year-old, I don't know what I'm covered for, right? And the point is not to draw down on the technicalities.
Correct.
It's to give you some form of cover that I feel I'm benefiting from, right?
He had moments where he did come across as overpowering.
I think naturally I do tend to stand out, not necessarily stand out as a leader, but maybe allow me to guide and just allow us to go into a certain direction where we need to be going at a certain time.
They say the loudest in the room is not always the smartest. With Shivan, she was the one that was talking the most, didn't allow anybody else to put in any input. It's something that's not out there in the market. And why? I feel that if
question, why isn't it together? Short-term and long-term has a distinction because it's a very different ballgame. Even the studies are different for it.
As much as everybody specializes in their own field and has their own great idea, we were able to incorporate whatever everybody else had in mind.
And then you just decide the sections of cover that you want, which are applicable to your 100%. But we encompass everything altogether.
Grabbing the entrepreneur, when it becomes $1 million business, and you come and say, hey, this meets.
From what we're coming up with, it just clearly shows that we're not trying to reinvent the wheels. We're trying to incorporate everything from all our different sectors and coming together with one.
Welcome, contestants from Group 1. I hope that you have taken the task seriously. So without further ado, your time starts now.
We have decided to look at the influencers, and we've affectionately called our product Clout Protect.
We know of the Katlego Mabue story. We believe that our product would have been able to help him in this instance. We would have been able to provide him with protection of his income when all his sponsors were pulled from him, as well as providing some support legally.
So we've developed a product that will provide income protection as well as liability insurance.
The average salary that is earned by an influencer is 19,105 Rand. We expect a lead generation per month of 1,000. Our aim would be to convert 80% of those into quotations. If we do that, we're looking at a total expected income of 109,699,200 Rand for our first year, with a marketing spend of 11,427 Rand.
I think I did exceptionally well, if I may say so myself.
I am a little bit shocked with the 108 million rand premium that you're going to write in year one. Where do we sign up for this? I think that's a little bit aggressive and it's not realistic.
We should have done more validation around our target market, maybe made our distribution and volumes more realistic.
Your spend for marketing is completely out of whack with what you expect to grow. So I don't think that was a plan that was well thought through. Who was responsible for the numbers?
I mean, I assisted with the numbers. Listen, we could have done better with the numbers, but I do feel like I did a great job.
We could have done better around the thinking and planning and business case of our product today.
A very, very good afternoon to you, beautiful judges. My name is Mpho Sales Machola, the greatest salesman that ever lived. We're going to be talking about a new product that we're going to be developing. The team name is Can't take again, right? All right, so today we're going to be talking about an app that we're going to be developing that has to do with information on the app itself when it comes to... Okay, so today we're talking about an app. The app is basically in terms of information. I guess it was all the cameras, the audience, the judges. So it was more information overload and information went out. And I was like, what's going on? Why am I freezing?
What my colleague here was saying was, we have introduced an application that is designed to educate our consumers under the age of 30 on insurance and the benefits they can get by having an insurance product.
Long gone are the chances where insurers can just sell a product without an added benefit to it. At this point, we are selling a solution. And the solution is we are providing peace of mind, we are providing guidance, and we are providing education to our clients.
Our setup costs we worked out to be about 100,000 to start the app. Our maintenance cost we said 10,000 monthly, more or less, just to run the app. And lastly was the distribution and marketing. We said a plus minus annual payment of 150,000.
I completely missed it. I feel like you said a lot without saying anything. What is your unique selling proposition? It sounds like you're selling an app as it's a training portal.
It was actually a dual purpose app where it wasn't just on education, it was to generate quotes as well. The aim was to get insurers to invest. So while you're doing a quote process like you would on Hippo, you learning as you're going. The incentive for insurers were there in that if you select the quote provided, the commission then comes off as in the same model as Hippo had used.
Who, in your opinion, Shivani, in your team, contributed the least?
In all honesty, I think we are a group of very strong-minded people, and I feel we all contributed a bit too much rather
Sorry,
than
can I just
too
come
little.
in there? There's a binary answer. Someone contributed the least, someone contributed the most. Who was that person?
I would say Mpho. I just felt that while the team was heading on one track, a lot of curveballs were thrown in which threw us off. And in that sense, I think the contribution wasn't effective, although it was a contribution, where we digressed often instead of focusing on what was the main brief.
So I feel that she took advantage because I froze. So, I mean, if you have to put somebody under the bus, you'd rather speak about somebody that couldn't make an impact.
Our product is designed to cover the aspects of the all-risk sphere as well as the liability space. We are bridging the gap between the disconnect between insurance and the client, and we are also developing a platform that allows for education.
Level Up is the name of our product. Level Up's basic cover
comprise of an asset all risk policy, which covers you for any theft, static or in transit, or any fire, coupled with cyber liability for any online transactions you might be interfacing with your client. From the presentation itself, I think I gave it all my best. I gave it all I had in me.
So just explain to me like where the innovation is. Like, is your innovation just packaging existing products?
So as part of the value-added services, you will receive a sort of enablement package where we'll look at cyber insurance and your cyber risks, educate you about the particular growing risks within your business as your business grows. I feel good about my performance. I am acutely aware that I have a few things to work on.
This is a loss limit based product that comes in on an annual basis, and it's geared to cover your motor, your third party, your personal accident, as well as your unspecified all risks.
We target young professionals and new graduates, right? Time is money for them. So something along the lines of a licensed disc renewal function that we could do for them and provide them with more time to do what they need to do.
Presentation task was actually a lot more challenging than I thought it would be. I think getting 5 people into 5 minutes is really the challenge.
We've said that our average premium will be 599 Rand. So we're expecting to sell at least 20,000 policies in the first year. We will be going to the direct markets in the direct space, so that will definitely save us in terms of profit.
I am very curious to understand how you intend achieving your 20,000 policy sales for a new startup company.
I think we have a solid marketing strategy in a sense that we're offering more than insurance. We're offering you a lifestyle, and by us offering to renew your license and offering you to take away the ease and provide peace of mind, I think by that word of mouth will encourage sales and also encourage retention as well.
I've stretched myself and I feel that I have done enough.
How then do we ensure that it's not a license to thrill on their part?
Can I just ask maybe Amanda to maybe respond to this?
When the judges singled me out and said, Amanda, I was just like, Jesus, take the wheel. because So I think we would work with our legal department, would have a benefit, a limit on that benefit that he's mentioned, to say, for example, for 15,000 Rand, we'll give you legal representation whenever any case comes or somebody comes and sues you for saying anything. Then that's what we're going to be doing, basically representing you legally. Whatever questions that they asked, it was things that we already spoke about, already covered. So it was easy for me to give the right responses for those questions.
Our sole purpose is to cater to the under 30 market that does not see the need to conform to the traditional insurance model.
You'll find that our plan, our strategy has a good, robust mix of both digital and in-person, just so that we do make sure that where these people are, we are there as well.
What we've developed is an app that is selective, where they can basically build their insurance profile from the ground up. We call it Sprout, and what it allows them to do is, if they want to insure their vehicle, for example, they can select what cover do they want. Do they want to start with their tires, their mags? This empowers them to change the insurance according to their needs. I think I did well. Is it good enough? I'm not sure, because I don't want to be arrogant or anything.
I have many questions, many. You all talk about apps. You can ask Discover Insure. To get stickiness in an app, you need a whole ecosystem behind it. How are you going to drive people who hate insurance to an app? And how are you going to cover your risk around that? Who's prepared to answer this question? Someone needs to step forward.
Not all at once.
The thing is, we're designing an app that's very selective. It's very specific, so there's no limit, and I think that's what differs us to the normal, the current insurers.
Okay, that's not answering the question, because I wanted to know how are people going to come back. I had really high hopes for this team, and I'm sorry, but you guys really did not think this through well.
The judges said they had There were great expectations for us and we didn't deliver on that, so that's tough for me.
Evolve is a savings plan, but it's a savings plan with a difference. 50% of your monthly payment is going to be vested for a minimum term of 5 years to address your longer term financial needs. And the other 50% of your investment is going to be available to you once a year at no penalties for your shorter term financial needs.
I feel like I did relatively okay. I mean, the pressure is on and they stare at you and you just got to look at them and do your best.
The people that we are dealing with don't really care about insurance as much. So we are trying to maybe introduce them to this to this savings plan. Pardon me, it's not an insurance. Apologies for that.
Bongani spoke a lot. Initially in the dry run, he just sort of listed the marketing platforms that we'd use, and in the presentation he went into detail.
Would ideally want to approach the insurers in the market. Discover you have their whole market already, the marketing side and the financial aspect would be a lot less, and the distribution channel would be a lot easier. We want to go to brokers. Unfortunately, we ran over time, and when it got to my time to present, I probably only got through maybe a third of what needed to be said. So I'm not happy with it.
I was particularly confused on, is this an insurance product or is it a savings product? And I was particularly disappointed because I spoke to you guys obviously in the group settings. So just what is the actual, like, is this a savings product or is it an insurance?
I'm happy to answer it. It's a savings product that is savings, but with the fact that you can still get some money at the end of the year. So you're not digging into it on a daily basis, but you can also have that savings there, and then also with the whole funeral, well, a death benefit attached to it for accidental death. With regards to this affecting my chances to get to the top 10, it might put a dampener on it.
The judges were quite fair. Their comments were well received, and I don't have any begrudgment towards them.
Contestants, in case you thought that was your last task, you are sadly mistaken. There is one more task for the day. It's an impromptu task. Inside this box, there's a bunch of cards. On each card, there are 2 themes. So I will give you your theme and you need to debate it, you need to defend it, you need to position it. There's 30 seconds each. It's 1 minute for the pair. First up, Levitt Solomons and Patrick David. Travel alone, and Patrick, you will be traveling with others.
I would say to travel alone gives you much more time to think and be effective.
If I travel alone, I'm gonna need that funeral policy because my wife is gonna kill me.
We need to quantify and we need to price what's in the market correct at this stage.
No matter what you're going to pay, if your cover is not good, the premium don't matter.
The broker plays the middleman in that he bets for both the client and also the company.
That for me is already a conflict of interest in itself. Direct to market is definitely the way to go over and above a broker.
We are exposing ourselves to being a risk to anyone that we are exposed to, anyone we're coming to party with.
Compulsory third cover gets into the psyche where you kind of become a reckless person.
Those people who are working from home are able to join in the virtual platform.
You want to actually be able to sit there and physically go through where are their needs.
Electric cars anytime, because I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to be spending money on fuel all the time.
Have you heard of load shedding? Imagine you're trying to get to point A to B and you don't have anywhere to plug your car. What's you going to do? You're going to need to call an Uber that's fuel powered.
I think you need to read minds because you're sitting in a room in front of judges trying to figure out, did you do enough to make it to the top 10?
Flying definitely trumps reading minds. Who cares what people think anyway?
Influencer marketing has a greater outreach. It reaches people throughout the whole continent.
Where's the trust in that? I'm not interested in seeing you telling me how fantastic a product is that you got for free. I want to know what you spend your money on. Ultimately, that is the benefit of real marketing.
Ladies and gentlemen, contestants of Insurance Apprentice 2023, that concludes the formalities in terms of the tasks on hand for today. You must please exit this room so that we can deliberate on final scoring and we can decide who will be the top 10 going into the next round. Thank you very much. mean, if I really consider everything, it was a little bit unfortunate that not many of the contestants actually understood or took to heart the brief that was noted, that was specifically identified on what they needed to deliver on.
But there were definitely some of them that stood out. And I think
Absolutely
we're all
so.
aligned on that.
But a minority, which was disappointing. But that's representative, I guess, of the type of competition this is and how competitive it is.
I felt super nervous. You sort of run through the day and you think about all the things you could have done better.
I mean, there's specific numbers. I mean, number 3, phenomenal on every level, on every interaction that she gave.
Task.
Like every task just executed. You know, like 7, did he even speak? I think he spoke for like 5 seconds.
He just nodded.
We ran out of time in the presentation and I was responsible for the conclusion, so I didn't get the opportunity to present.
I actually spoke to the contestants just in the break, and someone spoke about the fact that they weren't given a chance to speak up within the group setting when they were in presentation mode. And I actually said, but if you look at your colleagues, people actually asked to speak up. And that's what we want, like from future leaders, ambassadors,
Be
to actually,
proactive.
like being proactive and ask and getting
Assertive.
the chance and not blaming kind of the circumstance.
I felt like at first we were a bit scattered in terms of the ideas. We were all over the place.
I think nerves got the better of others because in the group settings they were very vocal, with ideas. But when it came to presenting in front of the judges, they kind of just froze.
I felt like I sold myself short in terms of I could have answered one of the questions in terms of where we got the idea, obviously, to create that product.
So how do you feel about number 10?
I think number 10 was really good. Very confident and articulate in the ideas. I think she really, stood out for me.
If my best was good enough for the top 10, I think that's dependent on the judges. However, I do think I put my very best foot forward.
I think strong leadership qualities there as well. So I'm very impressed with her.
And the ability to communicate also, helps a lot.
Very strong.
A very strong communicator.
I'm in total agreement. I think our number 3 is a strong candidate.
I think we were able to communicate our ideas well enough to the judges.
I think this is just invaluable, whether you've succeeded, whether you haven't made it through. It's a great lesson to learn and apply in your business.
So we have our people.
We have our people.
I think
we do have our people.
I think top 5 may be strong. The others have some work to do in the next rounds, but comfortable with the decision we've made so far.
Absolutely.
It's only going to get tougher.
So I think let's call them all back in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final stage of today's episode. It's been a long day, not just for you. Trust me, it's been an exceptionally long day for us as judges, listening to some of the presentations and the lack thereof. But there have been some pockets of brilliance, which was reassuring and encouraging. It was actually mostly unanimous in terms of the top 10 that will be going through to the next round. But irrespective of what lies ahead, on behalf of the panel of judges, we sincerely wish you very well as you continue your careers in this most necessary industry, an industry that gives back to society, that hedges risk. You can be very proud of what each and every one of you do on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to ask the following people to step forward. Khonsi Jenny, Gabriela Dutoy, Amanda Yika, Kadlejo Budluli, Khmotso Makola, Livert Solomons, Margot Kraus, Patrick Davids, Rochelle Chedi, and Warwick Illebeck. The good news for you is that you no longer have to worry about your nerves for the rest of the season. Because your journey has come to an end. Please leave the room. I would like 2 lines going forward. So the names that I read, can you please take a step forward? Shivani, Mutsa, Marissa, Kyle Klopper, Christopher, Deirdre, Refilwe, Ferguson, Elizabeth, Kagisho. There's 2 rows of you. There's a front row. There's a back row. Front row. I have some bad news for you. Unfortunately, the bad news is that you're going to have to get closer to the judges because you've made it through to the next round. To the back row, unfortunately, I must ask you to please leave the room. Ladies and gents, congratulations to all of you. As you all celebrate this win, as you prepare yourself for the competition on hand, it's going to get even more fierce. It's going to get tougher. Do not accept mediocrity from yourselves. Understand how sacred and how important it is that you do not take this for granted. So commit yourselves to working hard at every single challenge going forward. We wish you all the best, good luck, and we will see you next week. Thank you. You can leave the room.
Regarding making the top 10, I feel so good because I felt as though it was a bit unexpected in many ways.
I am ecstatic. My heart was racing in the moment.
It still doesn't feel real. Someone needs to pinch me and tell me again.
Now that I made it into the top 10, I'm so excited. I know the challenges are going to be intense.
It's incredible, and I think it's one of the most amazing opportunities that I've been given. I'm not going to take it for granted.
I am so grateful. I am so excited for what's to come, and I just want to come back and take this whole competition. That's the plan.
Wow.